All right, we're still we're still waking up here. It's about 7:20 a.m. on Friday. That's a good question. I think it's both right now. I mean, when you think about, just think back to 2016, and during the last 2 weeks of that election, undecided voters broke heavily in favor of Donald Trump. I think thanks in large part to James Comey, the director of the FBI, who 10 days before Election Day announced that he was reopening his investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails, and he announced that very publicly. But there's going to be a lot of movement of undecided voters over the next 10 or 11 days. And I think that Kamala Harris and her campaign are much better suited. I think late deciding voters are going to break in her favor. So I think both of these things are true, but that I think that it's largely a function of undecided voters just not having decided yet. But I think they're going to break pretty heavily in Kamala's favor. But we'll know in a couple weeks. We'll know in a couple of weeks. I mean, I've been watching a little bit. MSNBC has Steve Kornacki, and CNN has tried to replicate that with this guy named Harry Enton. But that guy's all over the freaking map, man. It's like one week he's like Kamala doesn't have a path to victory. The next week he's like she's got this in the bag, and he just ping pongs all over the place. And I think that is largely a reflection of who owns and who runs CNN now. And the fact that CNN still pays people like Scott Jennings to go on multiple times a day, knowing that he's going to just lie through his teeth in support of Donald Trump. I don't think CNN has any interest in objectivity or accuracy anymore, much in the same way that Fox News, never had those things, let alone had them and gave them up. CNN has pretty clearly cut ties with objectivity and reality at this point. But we'll see. And I'm not fans of any of them at this point. CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. I mean, but that's what we have. If we want to watch live election coverage, that's what we have in this country. Whatever. I still think Kamala's going to win, but I do think it's going to be tight.